Hey everybody, we're at our properties here in the beautiful Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. So many times we've done Q&As online, but you don't know who's behind the keyboard a lot of times. So now here's one of the faces that answers your questions. My name's Chris. I've got the beautiful Leia. She's going to be asking the questions that you have submitted over the last 2 weeks, and I'll answer as truthfully as possible. I'll keep the profanity out of it, but it's one of those things where I'm going to be completely honest, because I'm going to tell you how it is in my mind. Just going to get those liabilities out of the way. The answers are going to be my opinions. They don't in any way reflect any businesses, the locations that we're at, anybody else in the group. I've just been chosen to answer it out of all of us. So yeah, if you got anything to say, put it on me and nobody else. Let's get into this.
This next question is a really good one. I don't know if I've ever thought about this, but do you think chivalry exists without sex as the desired result?
So like, would guys be nice to women without, or vice versa, without trying to get in their pants?
Yeah.
What I see out there now, again, my definition of chivalry and the rest of the world might be a little different. I grew up during a time where, again, coming from a single home, I was with my grandma a lot. She was taking care of us when mom was working, and I think just having the right morals and ethics, and just, to me, I don't call it chivalry. I wouldn't think twice about opening a door for someone. I don't need to sleep with you to open a door. And this isn't me patting myself on the back. I don't know why you have to call it something. I just call it decency and respect. But it is weird. You do get weird looks from people when you open doors. They're wondering what game you trying to play. What are you rolling on me? Like, why are you doing something nice? And So to answer that question, I'd say, if we're calling chivalry doing something nice for our lady, yeah, I think most of it is being done for the desired effect. But I don't even like the term. This shit should just happen. A man does those things out of respect and just decency. I can't say what boys do.
This one next doesn't seem like much of a question,
okay,
more so a statement, but I know that you'll find a way to definitely communicate this.
The delivery on this question.
Guys like you are the reason that average guys can't get women. They're all after status and money.
Guys like me? Are you serious? I'm 5'9". I'm pasty ass white with some bad tan lines. I don't know who did this. I ain't even gonna get mad. Which women are you after? Is that a shot at me, or is that a shot at women? It's almost like you took a shot at me and then got mad at women for being gold diggers. Maybe you need to start looking for women in different places. And you know what? You should be thankful for a guy that takes those type of women out of your life, because that's not someone you should be after. So what do you care where they go? There's what, 3.6 billion women in the world, and you're worried about the ones that go over here? And who cares if they want money? At least they've made that decision. Who are you to judge them? That's kind of a silly question. Trust me, I ain't taking nobody's girl. Wow. I think you need to reprioritize your life. And if you think it's a problem, go make your own money, and then have your supposed pick of the litter. Because I know tons of girls that make their own money, and I know tons of girls that do not give a shit about your car, your house, your vacations. You need to meet the right women.
I've been trying to date for over 3 years with no luck. Where are all the real men at?
Much like how I responded to the probably guy before that, it's where you're looking. In no situation should a guy ever disrespect a woman. Men don't do that. So I can't really speak for where you're meeting them. I know throughout my travels, there are certain parts of the world where women get no respect and are treated poorly. But I don't know what real man means. Like, I don't know. Is there superficial qualifications and quantifications in there? Like, I got no answer for you. I can't be like, oh, go to the library. You're going to find yourself a good, smart, educated man there, or some stuff like that. Because you're going to find nice people in places, and you're going to find assholes in places. So I'm sorry. it's unfortunate you're having bad situations, but I don't know. I'm not looking for men, so I couldn't tell you where to find the good ones. I mean, I know there's one in a pool in Punta Cana, but that's just my opinion. I wouldn't believe it.
Another good segue that someone asks you, what are you looking for in a partner?
Ooh, that question's always difficult because I don't know how it works with everybody else, but I don't have like a checklist. You know, height. I'm not like an ass or a boob guy, or like it's something like that. Anytime I've ever found myself with someone, they're typically just good people. Because I have very little. It's not one of those things where, you know, right at the beginning you're in lust, so you forgive issues that are going to come up later. I don't think with him most of the time, so I usually end up falling for someone, being interested in someone, usually by interaction. I don't do that one night stand shit and stuff like that. So to ask me that question, I really don't. Usually someone who's respectful. If they're on their phone all the time, that means the conversation ain't happening. So that's probably a real no. But yeah, that's a tough question. I don't have a type.
Good question here. Why do women use sex as a weapon or means of manipulation?
Wow.
You're just in the hot seat.
Someone's trying to bury me on these.
You know?
The easy answer, because they can. You make it so easy, guys. If you'd stop being so desperate, they'd stop using it. Let's call it like it is. It's like saying, why do you use a gun in a fight? Because that's easy. If all you're after is sex, well, what do you think she's going to use her against you when you piss her off? That's kind of, it answers its own question.
Why do women attack a man's masculinity when they don't get what they want? Another good question that kind of segues into that, man.
Well, how do you... We all have a sense of pride, or at least our egos. You attack someone's ego when you can't... You know, when you don't have anything intellectual to say, you attack superficiality, you attack egos and stuff like that. It's usually hurt people that attack, so who knows why they do it. But when you go after a man's masculinity, you know that hurts, especially in front of other men. So again, it's the easiest target. So that's pretty self-explanatory as well. You're not going to be like, well, you just stupid. I don't think that one's going to hurt too much.
Do you believe an attractive female has an advantage?
Wow, I shouldn't open this up to any question. Okay. Again, very vague topic. Are you talking in life? Are you talking getting her way? Are you talking in business? Because something like that, like I do believe that an attractive female, you can get into a club easier. You don't pay cover. You're going to get more attention, so you have more selection from, let's say, a desired partner. You have more options in that regard. But I think it's actually a detriment, just because people will only quantify you by your looks. You can have PhD, you could be an entrepreneur, and all anyone's going to say is, oh, she got there because of her looks. They don't think that how much work it takes to get somewhere. People just want to quantify people and knock them down. And again, going back to the easy superficial, oh, it's easy when you're beautiful, or you got big boobs, or you like this and that. I actually think it's harder for good-looking people, good-looking women. Good-looking men, unfortunately, there's a double standard. They have a better presence in a room. They get more attention. For some reason, a good-looking man is completing a man, especially in business. But a good-looking woman will only ever be a good-looking woman, even if she's the CEO. And that's where that bullshit comes in nowadays. It's unfortunate. So yeah, back to get to the question. Being an attractive female gets you out of the entry-level stuff, but it does not help you in the success side of things. Actually, I'm going to go into an example there. I don't like heating up topics, but I'm going to give you an example. It's a good example, but an unfortunately bad one. I had a friend come to me. She was hiring for her company that she owns. She built it from the ground up, and she said, "Here's the applicants, and these are the final 3. Can you listen to it? Give me your opinion on who maybe I should hire, because they all seem qualified to me." So we went through the process, All three of them were ladies. They were all great, but the one that stood out the most, had the most respect, had the most credentials, had worked the hardest, was also the prettiest. And that's why she asked me, she's like, I was thinking the same thing, but do you think it's going to look bad if she holds this title? And I said, oh, that's tough. I know where you're coming from, but you know what? It's not fair to not give it to her because you're worried about how other people are going to perceive her. She's put in her time. She's put in her education. She's got the experience. You give her the job. But it had to be questioned because what other people were going to think looking at a beautiful woman in that position. It's unfortunate. That's just, the world ain't always fair.
If you could change one thing about your past, what would it be and why?
Nothing. Nothing. Sorry, I gotta jump on that one. I hate those type of questions. People think they're so profound and provocative and mind, wrenching. No. I like where I am now. If I change any detail, my failures, my pains, the anguish, the hardships, the pleasures, if I change any of those, I might not be right here. Doesn't mean maybe I wouldn't have been better, maybe I was worse, but I know I'm happy. I'm happy right here. So no, I ain't changing nothing. Nothing. Not at all. I'll take it all. And I'll do it again.
Then how do you deal with the haters?
See, one of those questions I think people focus too much on. Who says you have to deal with the haters? This circles back to a question at the beginning where I just said, if someone's opinion ain't making you money and ain't paying your bills, you ain't sleeping with that opinion, it's not an opinion of any value. So how do I deal with haters? I don't. They don't live my life. They don't put in my hours. I'm not worried whether people say, oh, life must be nice to be you. Oh, it's so lucky to do what you do. Or, oh, you're just money, or you're just this, or you're just that. It's just an opinion, and it ain't mine, and I don't have to care. It doesn't mean be an asshole, but if someone's just beating on you for no reason, that's how you deal with them. You don't.
What would you have done differently if things hadn't worked out for you? And did you have an alternate plan if things didn't work out the way that you did them?
No. I don't like a secondary or a plan B. If you premeditate a plan B, and don't get me wrong, it's good to be prepared along the path. Like if this is the path you're going, you think you know how you're doing it, and you may have to deviate, it's good to have those plans. I don't like a plan B, like if this fails, I'm going to do this. Because the moment you start thinking about what you're going to do if and when you fail, the word when is in there. You're programming yourself to believe that failure is an option. Sorry, failure is not an option. You can adjust, you can adapt, you can pivot, you can rotate. You keep your eye on the prize and don't have a plan B. Otherwise, you become plan B, and that's mediocrity. Sorry. That's just the way I think. It may not apply to anybody else.
How do you explain to your friends that you're working on yourself and you don't have time to hang out that often?
That is a big one. I see that a lot. People getting their hustle on, their side hustle, their tertiary hustle, when it ain't easy making out there. And I get it. But know this. Don't worry about everybody being your friend. The key word in there is, how do you tell your friends? Your friends, they know you're in the middle of your struggle and your hustle. They're always there. That's what made them friends in the first place. If people are leaving just because you don't have as much time, that means those are the people that needed your time selfishly. They weren't this. You're not losing anyone important. So don't worry about explaining it to them. Your friends know.
Have you ever considered being a motivational speaker?
I get asked that one a lot. The answer is no, because I'm a demotivational speaker, and I'll explain that. I'm not one of those people that are going to pat you on the ass and fist bump you and be like, high five, you doing it, son, all that kind of shit. No, not at all. No, I'm going to correct you, and I'm going to tell you you're doing it wrong if I see that you're doing it wrong. So to a lot of people, they're going to take that as oh, you're over-criticizing me. That's not how you deal with sensitive people. You're right, it's not. That's why I'm not a motivational speaker. What I will do is I will use 2 decades of my experience in business and just life as well as give you resources that my friends I have access to help you get the best result for you. But me, I'm not a rah-rah, I'm not a yes man. I'm not going to tell you that your ideas are good just because it's what you want to hear and it makes you feel good when you go to bed. No, we want to efficiently get someone successful in whatever they're doing, whether it's relationships, business, life, whatever it is. The truth and experience and knowledge get you further ahead, not motivating people. People find their own motivation, and it isn't just telling them their ideas are the best and awesome and all that kind of stuff.
This seems like a really good close friend saying this to you, but
Okay.
Misha, big guy, are you ever going to have a big group come down there to celebrate?
Yeah, I know who that is. Absolutely. We're planning for, looks like November, for a large group. You got to give us time to, the world just opened back up. We're acquiring more properties. We definitely want to be able to house everybody. But I mean, we've got affiliate resorts around here, some large chains that can hold a lot of people. So absolutely, we're going to have people down here. We'll do tours to, we can take people to the distillery, the cigar factory, the coffee factory, all the fields where everything is grown, snorkeling, scuba diving, day trips on the yacht. Yes, to answer your question, absolutely we're going to be bringing people down. This isn't for us, this is for other people to enjoy.
Crazy question here. Don't know what this means, but I'm sure you do.
Okay.
Where's Miss Toppings?
without having any context and be like, I don't know. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it wasn't directed at me. I don't know. I wish I had an answer for you.